Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jada Marie, and today I will be taking you guys through a 30-minute beginner to intermediate flow. Let's begin seated on our mat, grounding ourselves into our practice. Right hand comes to your heart, left hand to your belly. Take a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly up with air, and then gently release. Maybe an audible sigh, releasing tension from the body. We'll take 3 more rounds of this intentional breath. Deep inhales through the nose, filling your belly up with air on each breath, and then slow releases as you exhale. Allow the tension to fall and melt away from your body. Inhale through the nose, and let it out. Setting your intention for your practice today. Why did you meet yourself on your mat? Bring your hands to heart center, and let's get ready to flow. Let's begin in our child's pose. Knees nice and wide towards the edges of your mat, big toes together behind you. Sit your hips heavy towards your heels and then melt your chest in between your thighs. Forehead relaxes heavy onto the mat and fingertips are reaching forward. Really activate your arms here to get that deep stretch behind the body. Take a deep inhale, filling your lungs up with air. And then as you exhale, really plant the hands down into the floor and gently rock yourself up into your tabletop position. In our tabletop, our shoulders are stacked over our wrists, hips are over the knees. Take a deep inhale, bring your belly down into our first cow pose, and then exhale, push the floor away, arching the back up into cat. Take another round, nice and deep, bending the elbows, slight gaze up into cow, and then exhale, press the floor away, really getting that stretch behind the shoulder blades in your cat. One more round here, deep inhale to cow, and exhale, push the floor away, bringing it into your cat pose. Bring it back into your tabletop. Bring your left hand a little bit more towards center, right arm reaches up. Going for a couple wrist circles here. Don't forget to go in both directions, and when you're ready, thread the needle through, bringing that right arm towards the left side of your body. Right ear is coming down towards the mat, and your left hand is propping up to help you get deep into this torso twist. If you'd like, you can also extend that left arm forward, getting a nice stretch in the side body here. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, melt a little bit deeper into the floor. Then slowly use that left hand to press yourself back up, reaching the right arm up to twist it out, and then returning to your tabletop. Let's take it to our other side. Right hand comes a little bit more towards center, left arm reaches up. Going for those wrist circles once again. Don't forget to go in both directions here. Take an inhale, reach up, and then as you exhale, thread it through to the other side. This time, left ear is down towards the mat. Right hand is pressed into the floor, or you can reach it forward to get that side body stretch. Really create opposition in the body here. Left fingertips are reaching towards the right. Right fingertips are reaching forward. Heart is twisting up. Deep, relaxing breaths. And then slowly press yourself back up, placing weight into that right hand. Left arm reaches up, and then bring it back to tabletop. From your tabletop position, let's reach the left leg back. Right arm will come forward. Find your balance with the strong core. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Crunch everything together in the center. Again, reach opposite sides of the room with your fingers and your toes, and then exhale, crunch it all together. One more time, inhale, bring it all out, and big exhale, use the abs to bring the elbow and knee to meet. Extend your arm and leg again. Now this time, bend your left knee and bring your right arm around to reach for your foot. Now this move may be a little bit complicated. Reach where you can. As you inhale, kick that left foot into your hand, and then exhale, gently release. Left leg extends back, right arm forward, and then slowly release everything down and shake it out. Let's even it out with the other side. Right leg extends back behind, left arm reaches forward. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, big crunch to the center. Take an inhale, extending your foot back, fingertips forward. Exhale, crunch it all in. One more time, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend one more time, this time bending the right knee. Left arm comes around to grab the foot and kicking that right foot into your left hand. Gently release when you're ready. Take an inhale, extend your body as long as you can, and then release everything down once more and shake it out. Great job, you guys. Sitting back into a well-deserved child's pose, fingertips reach forward, and then walk your fingers over to the left side of your mat. Your right hand is going to cross on top, just getting a deep side body stretch here. Send your hips back towards your heels and reach the fingertips away from you, creating lots of space in your rib cage. Slowly walk your hands to the right side, crossing the left hand on top, and again, creating opposition in the side body to get a deep stretch here. Then returning back to center and slowly pressing yourself back up into your tabletop position. We'll tuck our toes under behind and lift your hips up nice and high into our first downward dog. Torso's reaching towards the thighs, heels are energetically going down, and palms are firmly pressed into the ground. Maybe shaking your head yes and no here, maybe pedaling out the feet to get a deeper stretch into the calves and into the hamstrings. When you're ready, slowly return to a still position, driving both heels down, pressing the palms down, lifting the hips high. Take a look forward, come up high to your tippy toes, and slowly begin to walk your feet up towards your hands into forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, fingertips come to your shins. Really keep the back flat by pulling the head forward and hips back. Exhale, release it down to forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that your belly rests on your thighs. Going into our ragdoll, grab opposite elbows and maybe sway side to side. Then we'll gently release our hands back to the floor. We'll high five the bottom of our feet with the palm of our hand. So slipping your hands underneath your feet and then gently rock the weight onto your toes. You should feel a nice release in your shoulders here as you gently lift up, bringing the back of your heart towards the sky, releasing pressure from our shoulders. When you're ready, release your palms back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift again, nice flat back. Exhale, release it down. Slowly rolling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, arms circle up at the top, and then exhale, hands come down to heart center. Again, grounding ourselves into our mat here. Deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, allow your hands to come down towards the sides of your body, standing up tall, feeling your feet rooted down into your mat. Let's flow. Take a big inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, fingertips come to your shins, and exhale, release, bringing your hands down to your mat. Step your feet back, and we'll take a couple breaths here, activating our core nice and strong in our plank. Again, make sure the shoulders are stacked on top of the wrist, hips are slightly tucked. I'm pushing back into my heels. Then rock forward onto your tippy toes, lower down halfway to chaturanga. Coming to the top of my feet, inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale as you roll over the toes, bringing it back down into your downward dog. Really feel that deep stretch behind your body, and then look forward towards your mat, high to your tippy toes, bend your knees, and walk or jump your feet towards the top of your mat. Back and forward fold, and then inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins, nice flat back. Exhale, release it down. Nice flat back, ground through the feet as you come up to standing. Exhale, hands come back down to heart center. We'll repeat that again, this time a little quicker, flowing one breath to one movement. Take an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, hands come down, step your feet back, and go straight into that chaturanga. Inhale, rock it forward, upward facing dog, and exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, look forward towards your mat, come up high to your tippy toes. Exhale, walk it forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, nice flat back, grounding into the floor as we come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Flowing again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, hands release, step your feet back in chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rolling over the toes, bringing it back into your downward dog. Inhale, look forward, slowly walking our feet into our forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, then exhale, release it all down. Slowly bring it back up, grounding through the feet. Arms reach up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Now let's add on to that flow just a little bit here. Back in that grounding position, arms by your side. Take a deep inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale to forward fold, hands come through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, release it down, hands come down, step your feet back. Remember, in your chaturanga, you always have the option to drop it down to your knees to take a little bit of that pressure off your shoulders. You can also leave your knees grounded in upward facing dog or press through the palms, lifting those knees up. Then hips lift back up into our downward dog position. Torso pressing back towards the thighs, palms firmly pressed into the floor. Take an inhale, reach the right leg back behind you. In this position, think about energy shooting out of your right foot and your hips down towards the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring that right knee in towards your chest. Inhale the right leg back up, and then exhale, right knee towards your left elbow. Inhale the right leg back up, and then exhale the right knee towards your right elbow. Inhale the right leg back up. This time, as you exhale, sweep that right foot through your hands into a right lunge. Left knee drops to the floor, arms sweep up overhead. Again, hips are square, both hips facing the front side of your mat. Create energy through your fingertips as you reach up, and then allow yourself to really melt into this position. Bring your shoulders back over your hips, hands to heart center. Stay strong in the squareness of your hips. Tuck your left toes back behind you, and with the strength of your legs, we're gonna lift that left knee up, coming into our high lunge position. Take an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Lots of energy shooting through your fingertips, deep into that right lunge, and of course, don't forget to breathe. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we'll open up to Warrior Two. In your Warrior Two, your right toes are perpendicular to the top of your mat, and your left toes are parallel to the back of your mat. Lots of energy shooting from my fingertips. Take an inhale, rotate that right palm up, and then gently reverse your warrior, high-fiving the back of the room with that right palm. Your left hand can gently glide down the back of your leg. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame your right foot, rotating back into that lunge, right foot comes back, and go ahead and flow it out. Going through chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then flipping over the toes into your downward dog. Great job. Let's reset our mind and our body here in downward dog before we get ready for the other side. Inhale, reach that left leg up behind you. Lots of energy through the toes, hips down towards the mat. Exhale, bring the knee in towards your chest. Inhale, reach the leg back up behind you. And then exhale, cross the left leg over the body to the right elbow. Inhale the left leg back up. And exhale, bringing that left knee to your left elbow. Inhale the left leg up, and exhale, big push, bringing the left foot in between your hands. Dropping the right knee down this time, untuck your toes behind you, arms reach up into our low lunge. Arms reach up, hips sink down, take a deep inhale here, then exhale, bring it back to center, hands come to heart center. Tuck your right toes under behind you. Make sure the hip bones are pointed towards the front of your mat. Power through your legs, lifting the right knee up off of the mat. I like to think of separating the mat with my feet. That's how much tension is in my lower body. Arms reach up overhead. Inhale and then exhale. Open your body up to warrior two. Check your form here. Left toes are now perpendicular to the top of the mat. Right toes are parallel to the back of the mat. Reaching out through the fingertips, take an inhale and flip the left palm up, and then reaching back, reversing our warrior. This time, right arm is gliding down towards the leg, high-fiving the back of the room with that left palm. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands back down to frame your left foot, rotating to our lunge. Left foot comes back to meet your right in your high plank and flow through your choice of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing through the palms. Exhale, bringing it back to downward dog. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, release it out. Look forward towards the top of your mat. Come up high to your tippy toes and slowly walk your feet to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, grounding through the feet, nice flat back as we bring it up overhead. Exhale, hands come back down to heart center, checking in with your breath and your body here. Now let's flow through all of that, one breath to one movement. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, hands come down, step your feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hips lift up to downward dog. Take an inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale, let's just sweep our right foot through to lunge. Inhale the arms up into your high lunge position. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Front palm flips up towards the sky, reaching back to reverse our warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame your right foot. Right foot comes back to meet your left. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Other side. Inhale, reach the left leg up high. Exhale, sweep it through to your left lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, fingertips reaching up high. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Flipping that front palm up, and then reverse your warrior, high-fiving the back of the room. Windmill the hands back down to frame your left foot. Left foot comes back to meet your right. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. Catch your breath here. Deep inhales through the nose, big open mouth. Exhale, release the heat from your body, and then bring the knees down. How are we doing? Great job, you guys. Go ahead and grab some water, towel off, take a little breather, take however much time you need as we head into this second part of our flow. You're doing great. Let's keep it up. All right, here we go. When you're ready, meet me back in that downward dog. Palms firmly pressed into the floor, hips are lifted up, heels energetically down. Regrounding ourselves back into our mat here, getting ready for the second part of our practice. Look forward towards the top of your mat and gently walk your feet up towards your hands into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, arms reach up overhead as you rise to the top. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's add on. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands come to your shins, nice flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step your feet back, going straight into that chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the heart up. And exhale, bring it back to downward dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up nice and high, energy through the toes. Exhale, sweep it through to your right lunge. We've been in this position before. Nice and strong in the lower body, arms reach up overhead. And then as you exhale, open it up to warrior two. Strong in your warrior two, flipping your front palm up, reverse your warrior. High-fiving the back of the room. You can take a bind here with that left arm, maybe wrapping it behind to get a little bit deeper into the shoulders. Then bring it back into your warrior two. Glide your right fingertips forward and then tick-tock your arms down to 6 and 12. My right arm is reaching down towards my mat. My left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Nice and strong in my lower body here, focused on that stretch in my side body. Now take your gaze to your right pinky toe in the right corner of your mat. Taking my hand now to that right corner, gaze is still at my right pinky toe. Gently shift that left foot in and then glide it up off of the floor. Don't force it here. Maybe your balance isn't the best today, and that is okay. If you feel comfortable, we're going to bend that left knee, similar to what we did in our practice earlier. Grabbing onto the left foot with the left hand, kicking our foot into our hand, find your balance here with a slight bend in your right knee. Great job. Gently release the hand, returning back into your warrior two with control. Take an exhale, you did it. Cartwheel the hands back down, framing that right foot. Right foot comes back to meet your left. Chaturanga, flow it out. Great job. Meeting in downward dog, find your breath and let's get ready for the other side. Inhale the left leg up nice and high. Exhale, sweep it through to your left lunge. Inhale, the arms reach up into our high lunge, and then exhale, open it up into your warrior two. Inhale, front palm flips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. That right hand again can come back behind you to get a nice deep stretch in your shoulder. Slowly release, bringing it back into your warrior two. Reach your left fingertips forward and then tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12. Left fingertips reaching down, right fingertips reaching up. Take your gaze down towards your left toes and then bring your hand to the outside of that left foot. Shift your right leg in and then gently float that right leg up. Again, keeping that energy in your fingertip. And if you have props around you, you can use those to prop yourself up. Bring the floor up to you. Make this flow work for your body. Bending our right knee, bringing our right foot to meet our right hand, kicking our foot into the hand. Use your strength to find your balance here, and then gently releasing that right leg and right hand back up. Bend the left knee, control it back into warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to frame your left foot. Bring the left foot back to meet your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, flipping over the toes into your downward dog. Bring those knees down to the floor into a well-deserved child's pose. Hips sink back towards the heels, chest melts down in between the thighs. Really reach the fingertips forward and take deep, relaxing breaths. When you're ready, slowly roll yourself back up, scooch over to one side and bring the legs out in front of you. Let's cool it down. Coming a little closer to the top of your mat, scoot your hips underneath your shoulders, and let's bring our hands behind our thighs. Sitting up nice and tall here, tuck your chin in towards your chest, make a C curve with your spine, and slowly control it down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your heels in closer to your bottom, and let's set ourselves up for bridge pose. Really ground the feet into the floor, pressing the palms into the floor. Then slightly tilt the pelvis up until the hips begin to curl up off of the ground. Try to lift your hips up as much as you can. You'll begin to feel a stretch in your quads, the front part of your thigh. Then gently release, vertebrae by vertebrae, hip bones coming down last. We'll repeat that, this time trying to go a little bit deeper. Tuck the pelvis up towards the ceiling until your hips begin to curl up off of the mat. This time, wiggle your shoulder blades underneath you so that you can clasp your hands behind your back. You should feel a deep stretch and a deep opening in your shoulders and chest, as well as your quads. Slowly release your bind, bring your back down to the ground, maybe wiggle it out to give your lower back some relief. Bring both knees into your chest and rock it side to side. Then bring your hands behind your thighs again and rock it up onto your seat. Legs will extend out in front of us this time, setting ourselves up for seated forward fold. Shoulders are stacked on top of the hips. Reach the arms up and then slowly fold the body over the thighs. Reach for your toes, your ankles, your shins, your thighs, whatever is accessible for you today. You can even bend your knees so that you can grab onto your toes and then gently wiggle those hips back until you can't anymore. Once you feel like you've reached your edge, allow your forehead to rest down towards your knees. Deep, relaxing breaths here, releasing tension from our lower back and our hamstrings, and slowly roll yourself up. Scooch the hips forward, and let's do that C-curve roll down again, bringing our back down to the mat. Right knee this time follows in towards our chest. Take that knee in and really hug the knee towards your body, and then open it up towards your right armpit, opening up the inner thighs, maybe taking some ankle circles. When you're ready, take your right leg over to the left side of your body. Scoot your hips over gently towards the right just to recenter the body, and then allow yourself to melt into this supine twist. Try to keep your shoulder blades down to the floor. Right arm is out by your side. Gaze is towards your right. Let gravity do the work on the right knee as it falls down towards the ground. Slowly roll back to your back, bringing the right knee in towards your chest to hug it in one more time, and then let's go ahead and switch it out. Left knee comes in this time, right leg extended out nice and long along your mat, really hugging that knee in towards your chest and then opening it up towards your left armpit. Taking those ankle circles if you did so on the other leg, and then left leg gently drifts over to the right side. Left arm out to a T, let gravity do the work on the left knee as it falls down towards the mat, trying to keep your shoulders pinned down towards the ground. Deep, relaxing breaths here. Really enjoy that deep rotation in the spine. When you're ready, slowly bring it back to your back. Both knees come in towards the chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Rocking side to side. Really try to ground the lower back into the floor to feel that back massage. Then going into our happy baby. Bringing your knees to the outsides of your body, grabbing onto the outer edges of your feet, and just do what feels comfortable here. Maybe kicking the legs out side to side, just getting a deep stretch and opening in our hips. When you're ready, bring both knees back in, bring your knee and your forehead to meet, giving yourself a big hug. Take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, release your body into your final pose, Shavasana. Allowing all of the juicy benefits from our practice today to really sink into our body. Intentionally release tension from your body in this rest position. Relax your eyelids, unclench your jaw, release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. If you have extra time, I invite you to stay in this rest position for as long as you can. If you're wrapping your practice up, gently wiggle your fingers and toes, and then take a big pencil stretch, arms up over your head. Roll over onto your favorite side, and slowly begin to walk your body back up into a comfortable seated position. Beautiful, beautiful practice today. Let's just end it here with one unifying breath. Take an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, sending love and gratitude for your mind and body for showing up onto your mat today, and then bringing your hands back down to heart center. Namaste. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in you. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and don't forget to subscribe for more.